Hi, I'm Adam and welcome to the Tasso Works Scooter Workshop, and let's find out what's going on today.
Okay, we're back for another instalment. This time we're fitting a lowering kit, the Tasso Works lowering kit, to this GP350 MT. It's cold in here, so let's get this done as quick as we can. Okay, so with the panels removed, we now got access to the rear shock mounts, and this is where the lowering kit will fit to. Now there's two ways of actually fitting this kit. One is to bolt the bracket, bolt the lowering kit to the top of the shock and slide it into place. The other way is to remove the loop section, and it will give you full access to the back of the shock mounts, and it also allows you to, if you want to, do some rust prevention, spray some ACF 50 or wax oil, that sort of thing, just because it is a notorious area in which does get rusty up in this section. Okay, so with the panels removed, it's actually easier to fit the lowering kits with the loop removed. Now you can do it without the loop, but you do make it a lot harder work for yourself. So I'm going to show you now how to remove the loop and how easy it is and how quick it is, and then you'll get full access to the back, and it's much easier to fit the lowering kits this way. Okay, so let's remove the rear rack, the seats, and then we can just lift the loop off. So the rear rack is just 4 bolts on the top here. So with a wrench or with an impact drive 13mm socket, and just take these off. That's your 4th one, and then you can just lift the rack away. Okay, so next remove the seat, and that is a Phillips screwdriver, and it's a small screw at the back of the seat just to remove that. And then lift and push forward, and that's the seat removed. The rear plate again is just a 13mm and 3 bolts to hold this on. And you can lift this and put this to one side. Remove the spacers so that you don't lose them. Next is the front seat. Again, just 2 bolts takes this off. And you can lift this away. Okay, next is 2 screws at the very front. Now this is on the floor, 2 bolts either side of the edge of the loop. Okay. Now the last 2 are actually located inside the light itself. I know, crazy idea, but that's where they are. So what you have to do is remove the light first before you can get to the bolts that secure this last piece to the actual loop, to the actual frame itself. So for this we need an 8mm socket just to undo the screws to remove the light. So that's just an 8mm extension on a small ratchet. And you'll find the 2 screws just in the back there, and just undo those. Okay, with the nuts removed, you can now remove the bare light, and it's just unplug the electrical connector, and with the rubber as well, you can just take the rear light and place it to one side. With the light removed, you can now remove the final 2 bolts that are holding the loop to the frame, and you just need a 10mm spanner, and you can undo these quite simply. Okay, place those to one side, and that's all the bolts removed. You can now lift the loop from the frame, and it's just a case of lifting it off the rubbers and lifting it away, and place this somewhere safe. Let's pop that just there. Okay, with the rear loop removed, we now have full access through to the rear upper shock mounts. Now what we need to do is just simply remove these bolts from either side. So as before, 14mm socket, 14mm spanner, and just unbolt these. Hold on to the spacers, slide out the bolt, and you'll end up with 2 spacers and a nut. Put these to one side. Next, do the other side. Hold a spanner, nut, hold on to the spacers and slide out. So, in the kit we have a left and a right. Now this is signified by the R and the L stamped on either side of the bracket. Now you'll also get 2 spacer washers, 2 bolts, coach bolts, and 2 locking nylock nuts. So just check that you have all these items in your kit before you start. Okay, with the rear shocks removed at the top, we can now fit the lowering kit. So as before, you need to make sure that you're fitting the lowering kit to the corresponding side. L marked for the left, R marked for the right. Slot that into the back, take the other side, slot that to the front. Use the spacer that you've been supplied, place that in between, and then using the original bolt, place that through the spacer, but keep it just loose for the minute. Now do the other side. So again, on the other side, it's the right side with the spacer washer, goes on the inside, and the square bolt bracket goes on the outside. Take your spacer, place that in between, and pass the original bolt through and slot it into place. But just keep it loose for the minute. So with both sides of the lowering kit loosely fitted, we now just need to push the shocks up into place and lift the back of the engine and slide the bolts into place. Fit the nuts onto the back as supplied in the kit, and the same with the one on the back of here. Now just tighten everything together. So that's the bolts at the top and the shock bolt mounts at the back there. Okay, and that's everything tight together. Now it's important that everything is rock solid. We don't want any movement at the top end of this, because this will transmit right through. So that's the lowering kit fitted and all bolted up. Now's a good chance to look at the back frame section. These do tend to get rusty quite quickly, so it's a good time to actually treat this. If you are a brand new scooter or even a used one, my suggestion is ACF 50 or wax oil, and just literally spray this area here, and this will protect the scooter for a long time going forward. So that's the lowering kit fitted. So next, just replace everything in reverse order to which we removed it. Let's speed this along. And that's it done. Everything's back together. And there you have it. That's the Royal Alloy GP350 MT lowered. Now you're going to love this. If you haven't fitted it yet, it is a must for anybody with a Royal Alloy. We have the lowering kits for all models, and it's that simple to fit.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe below so you don't miss our next episode.